Why Richard Milles are the most expensive watch brand. Most people think of Rolex when they think of expensive watches. In recent years, this luxury watchmaker who have gained lots of hype with the elite class. Many might not be familiar with Richard Mille. However, the celebrities and the wealthy are fond of their watches. Some people will only see a Richard Mille watch while browsing the internet of the wealthy elites. Except if you got some affluent friends. Only a few decades have passed since Richard Mille appeared on the scene. The Swiss company launched its first watch in 2001. Since then, they have swept the world of ultra-high-end watches, all thanks to their impeccable craftsmanship and overall ingenuity. Although the watches are impressive, the most stunning aspect about this company is the price. It has quickly become the most exclusive brand in the world of watchmaking. So let's get right into it. The cheapest watch of Richard Mille RM5, which is going to cost you $80,000. That is the base price. If you want to enter the Richard Mille Club, starting from there, these high-end watches range over $2 million. The most popular model of Richard Mille is the Tourbillon. On average, they cost about $500,000 to $800,000. Richard Mille watches are exorbitant. Richard Mille is the most expensive watch brand in the world according to the mean price of its catalog. Now come to our subject of today. Why are Richard Mille the billionaire handshake? When thinking about the Richard Mille brand, we were able to develop a few reasons that make this brand stand out. As far as the watch industry goes, Richard Mille has become the ultimate expression of wealth. The reason is that these watches mostly adorned by the elite members of society. For those who wear Richard Mille watches, a specific term has been coined for them: billionaire's handshake. By owning a Richard Mille, you are stating that you spent a lot of money on it. It has become the highest status symbol in the watch industry, even more so for the fact that people know you spend a hefty amount for a Richard Mille, and only the richest of the rich and celebrities wear them. From the very beginning, Richard Mille watches were born of experimental research on high-tech materials with a distinctive design to reinforce the idea of performance. In fact, one of the brand's first slogans was, "A racing machine on the wrist." While the watches are unmatchable in design, engineering, and innovation, the marketing of Richard Mille has also played a vital role in its success. It is one of the main reasons that they can demand such high prices. They have successfully created the sense of exclusivity needed by their marketing team. If you have a Richard Mille, only other people like you can afford one, and those are only a handful of people. The slogan, "A racing machine on the wrist," that the team has created, speaks for itself. They have often used it as an answer to the question as to why their watches are so expensive, and it has worked a great deal for them. Rarity, it's not all marketing and strategies. Making a Richard Mille watch is intricate and time-consuming. Most of the work is done by hand. But that's not the only reason. Richard Mille watches are scarce. It also comes down to rarity. If you make a ton of watches every year, it loses some of its exclusiveness. Richard Mille makes less than 5,000 watches per year. It's not a small number, but the demand exceeds the supply each year. It creates a sense of distinctness and keeps people craving for more. Not only this, but many models are also produced in a limited edition. It helps in amplifying this sense of having a unique watch. High prices on the secondary market and auction reflect just how powerful this brand's value is in. Another reason for making a limited number of watches is the time and concentration they must give each product for their complicated movements. Rather than go with the traditional Genève approach to horology, Richard Mille took a fresh approach to the ancient art. Richard Mille was a watch lover himself. He loved to watch the movements of the tiny parts. From there, he got the idea and pioneered the concept of showing the actions of the elements. As the modern watchmakers want to see the movement of a watch, the public also adored the idea. After all, the movement is arguably the most exciting part of a mechanical watch. Richard Mille stuck to the idea, and soon it was all about tourbillons. It's a rotating cage that requires a high level of inventive refinement to escape everything about the movement. In a Richard Mille watch is intuitive and designed for high-impact reliability. With Richard Mille, you not only get unwavering accuracy, precision, and reliability, but also beauty and sophistication. It's not just the innovative ideas and movements that make Richard Mille watches so revolutionary. The high-tech avant-garde materials play a huge factor in the brand's success. The materials that they are using have never been seen in the watch industry before. These are cutting-edge materials generally used in manufacturing Formula One cars, aerospace industries, and racing yachts. They aren't just radical materials in watchmaking, they are highly progressive in even the most high-tech industries. Mille has spent a vast amount of money and years of his life on research and development to find ways to use these materials. In his watches, these metals and materials have new compositions that are unknown to watchmaking. One can always brag that these watches are made of unique materials. It is not only the case. Many say they are way ahead of their time. As they serve a functional and practical purpose, these watches are made of advanced, durable materials. It will be immediately apparent when you try on a Richard Mille, as they are often quite large. Their huge dials and straps do not weigh on your wrist, as they are incredibly lightweight. On average, they weigh just 40 grams. As well as being lightweight and easy to carry, these materials are incredibly resilient and durable. The combination of unique design, feather-light weight, and gorgeous finish makes these watches truly remarkable. The complexity of the watch architecture only amplifies it further. Carbon layers often display random patterns as a result of the process by which they are created. This ends up making every watch different from others, the same as the different fingerprints in humans. So no two watch are alike, they are true to their slogan, one of a kind. A Richard Mille watch is instantly recognized due to its eccentric design. Its futuristic timepiece and the brand itself are inspired by Formula One cars. This is why it looks like a cross between a Formula One race car and a sophisticated machine. As far as the design is concerned, everything is accounted for to maximize comfort and looks. All the models are hand-finished and are highly technical. At the same time, just the dial alone is extremely complex. To put together the skeleton shape, dials, the most famous design invention of Richard Mille, involve an intricate laying of sapphire crystals and other elements. It is challenging to create Richard Mille's iconic tonneau-shaped case as superior and unique as the watches are. This is what the brand has established as one of its main features. The sandwich-styled watch case is exceptionally complicated to manufacture. It also increases the production cost of the product. It consists of 3 decks, front, bezels, a middle section, and back bezels. Each component has a curved design, as there are no flat surfaces in the design. It makes putting it together incredibly difficult to completely prevent moisture and dust from entering. The curved surfaces fit together within a 1/100th of a millimeter. This precision is unarguably the most fascinating aspect of Mille watches. Most watchmakers admit it, as well as they are equally impressed by this. The finishing techniques are also exquisite. This includes anglage and hand polishing, satin finishes on bridges, glittery pivots, wheels, and more to the highest degree. The execution is leading to a sporty technical movement that is an absolute pleasure to look at. Handmade watchmaking of this caliber is hugely laborious. It involves the highest level of technical mastery. This is one aspect as to why the Richard Mille watches are so expensive. The quality of the craftsmanship and the advanced materials they use to create these watches make them very unique and desirable. In the future, the cost of their watches will probably only go higher in auctions because they are so rare in the market. What do you think about Richard Mille watches? Would you get one if you become a billionaire? Comment right below and tell us about it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to get more amazing yet inspiring stories like this one instantly when they drop, and make sure to check out our other videos. Take care.